Welcome back to the Hood Needs Fantasy Football Podcast. This is episode 20. We're doing the week 4 preview, the last 8 matchups. Last episode we had the first 8, so we're just finishing them out. I got with me MFB.
What's up?
And BBTB.
We back with it?
You just burped?
Yeah, no, I did not burp, bro. Hey, I was not eating food, bro. This homie's bugging, bro.
Everyone that's listening, this guy was eating food right before this. Right?
What was I eating, brother? What was I eating?
CTM.
All right, brother. I don't even know what that is, but let's get it.
Anyways, this is your host, Keem. Let's jump into it. Eagles versus Bucks. Eagles are missing AJ Brown, and I'm hurting because I have AJ Brown in a couple leagues. So
same, brother.
Back.
I got him too.
Yeah, please, AJ Brown.
Yeah.
To be honest, I mean, he didn't practice today. I'm not gonna lie. With a hamstring injury, from everything I've seen online and what I've heard, he's not playing this week. They have a week 5 bye. There's no need to rush him back into this. So I think he sits this week. Unfortunately, I think he's 25% playing, or no, 20% playing, 80% sitting. What's his name? Devonta Smith. He's still in concussion protocol. He was out today at practice. If he plays, you play him. If he doesn't, you got to start Goddard. And in terms of receiver, I don't really. They got a couple of guys there, but I think Jahan Dotson might be the play this week. I know that last week he didn't do anything, and the week before he did absolutely nothing. Last week he had 3 targets. The week before he had 1 target. He did nothing with them. But I think that he joined the team late, and he just needs to get work back into the offense. So I think he's like flex worthy. I think he's going to be the guy for the Eagles this week if Devonta Smith doesn't play.
Yeah, I was just about to say you also got to not sleep on Covey. Covey might get that work in too.
Covey's also hurt, I thought, right?
He's hurt? I mean,
Covey is.
Check it real quick.
I'll look into it. They also have Paris Campbell, and I don't think he's on the practice squad right now. They didn't
Covey
even
ain't just hurt, bro. He on IR.
Covey's on IR? Awesome.
Yeah.
My fault. Michael Wilson, bro. Michael Wilson out of Calabasas, bro. Get that homie.
Michael Wilson, huh?
Right? Wilson? Whatever his name is? Johnny Wilson. I apologize.
Wilson.
Johnny Wilson.
Plays for the Cardinals, yeah.
Yes, correct. Sorry.
Johnny Wilson, Jahan Dotson. Basically, Dallas Goedert is the only one you can play with confidence. Jahan Dotson in deep leagues, you can take a shot on him if you need to, which in some leagues you might, but that team is good luck to the Eagles. You start obviously Saquon with confidence. Jalen Hurts will be fine, in my opinion. On the Bucs side, you start Evans, you start Godwin. They're both dealing with injuries though. So Evans is dealing with a knee issue. He was limited at practice, so at least he practiced in some extent. Godwin has a neck issue, also limited at practice. Keep an eye out on their status through the week.
I think if both of them play, they both should be eating big time.
Yes.
Philly's been nice to receivers. So.
Yep.
Except for like that.
Saints are not that good, so.
Oh, excuse me?
What do you do with Bucky Irving and Rachaad White? Bucky Irving, by the way, is limited at practice due to a hamstring.
I think both are tough starts this week. Philly's run D is pretty good, right? They limited Kamara last week. Even I think Bijan didn't do amazing against Philly. So it's tough to start either, really, and especially with like the coach saying that they're going to share carries now. It's looking to become a 50-50 split. Right?
Against a tough defense, yeah. Not very confident there.
Honestly, I had a lot of players to fade, and it was the Buccaneers running backs. Was not a fan of Rachaad White. Honestly, I didn't even know Bucky Irving was on the team, but still not touching him either. I mean, I think Bucky Irving is better than Rachaad White, but I don't know. Rachaad White is there. Not touching him.
Just to help like the listeners kind of make a decision. Do you start either of those two guys or DeAndre Swift?
Either of those two.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just to give people an idea of like where are we putting, because when we say, I mean, for those listening, when we say like, oh no, these guys, I don't really know, blah, blah, question marks, we like to give comparisons so you guys can know like, where do we sit them? Like, where do we rank these guys, you know? And there is a rankings sheet that we're putting up in the Discord. So check that out so you can get a better idea. So don't just listen to what we say. Look at the sheet. It'll give you more insight.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it for that matchup. Anything else? Did I miss anything? Miss anyone?
No.
Nah.
Do you start Baker Mayfield? Him, Derek Carr, Andy Dalton.
Might be Baker.
Probably Baker.
Yeah.
Baker.
If you're having that decision, your team sucks.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, let's move on to Patriots Niners. Do you start Ramondre? He took a dump last week against the Jets. They demolished him. They didn't let him get anything. I think he had a fumble too.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, do you start Ramondre this week against?
I think
the Niners.
I mean, it's not a terrible start. So like SF's last 3 games, right? They played against Kyron Williams, Aaron Jones, and Brees, right? Which are top RBs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they definitely got ran on a bit, you know, not terribly, but a bit.
Right.
So it looked like on paper, it looks like a soft matchup for Ramondre. Now Ramondre might, and also we also mentioned last week that when New England starts playing the better offenses, they're not going to be up in games. They're going to be down in games. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I don't think Ramondre is like the best start. Like his ceiling will be very capped.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't think the Pats are moving the ball at all. Like, I don't even think Jacoby Brissett is breaking 160, 170 passing yards. That ball's not moving. Niners going to take over. Niners offense is going to move that ball down the field. I don't think Ramondre is the start of the week just because the ball is not going to be moved down the field.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember. Ramondre was my fade of the RB fade of the year. So first 2 games he did pretty good. The last game he got shut down completely, and then this game will also kind of help paint that picture for him the rest of the season. Nothing else on the Patriots side, right? Anyone else on the Patriots?
No.
All sits. Niners side, Juwan Jennings, man, last week was going crazy. But that was with no Kittle, no Debo. Kittle right now, Debo's doubtful. I don't think he's playing. Kittle had a limited practice today, Wednesday. So, he didn't practice at all last week before getting ruled out. So a limited practice on Wednesday means he might play this week. If he plays, do you play Juwan Jennings? Do you flex him? What do you do with him?
I think you 100% play Juwan Jennings. I called Juwan Jennings in the Waiver 2 episode. So if you guys don't remember that episode, hopefully you guys listened in on that. Please watch our waiver pickup episodes throughout the season. But Juwan Jennings was my guy to pick up, and I had him over a lot of guys, and he obviously proved that. I think what Juwan Jennings did last game versus the Rams solidified himself as a guy that should be getting the ball as well. So even if Debo comes back, even if Kittle comes back, he's going to put up the same number that he did last week? Obviously not. But I think Juwan Jennings could be a solid flex play from here on out.
I think I definitely see what he's saying, right? Like he earned a lot of stripes in that single game.
100%.
Yeah, he proved himself now.
Yeah. Made himself known. Also, with that being said, New England has a lot of points to wide receivers, right? Which is kind of surprising because they do have like a good shutdown corner. But when they play the Niners, the corner's going to probably match up against Ayuk, right? So Juwan Jennings might be eating a lot again.
Yeah.
Could definitely be another boom game for him. So,
and I see it.
I mean, yeah, if you have him, you hope to see it, right? Man, what do you do with Ayuk? Do you like if he's on your fantasy team, do you just hold on to him and just keep praying, or do you sell him low and just sell him, just get him off your team?
I low-key think he's like a buy low.
Okay.
Yeah. I see that too.
I think he's a
Okay.
solid buy low. Like he's still getting volume.
Okay.
And whenever they go up against more defenses that play more man, right? It'll definitely be a lot. He'll definitely be eating more, is what I think.
Yeah, they played the Jets, good defense. They played Minnesota, good defense. They played the Rams, and Juwan Jennings just took over. And Ayuk didn't really do much there.
Yeah.
He had 10 targets in that game. They only got 5 of them. So,
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing we've been saying, bro. The Rams, their coverage is not built for like the vertical runners, right? Ayuk's the guy who does the inside out routes, like 5-10
Right.
yard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Juwan
Right.
Jennings is the guy that goes vertical. So
Yeah.
he ate.
yeah,
100%.
definitely. Yeah, if you have Ayuk, if you get a good enough trade and someone knows his value, then if you want to get rid of him, go for it. But if you don't have him, buy him now while he's still low and he hasn't broken out yet. Let's move on. Jordan Mason, you start him. Obviously, he's been doing great. I think last week he had 19. I mean, he has 19. He had 28 carries, 20 carries, 19 carries. He's getting the work. So
Yeah. Start him.
Start Jordan Mason.
Mm.
Let's move on to Commanders versus Cardinals. Cardinals are a disgrace. They lost last week. They suck. Let's start with the Commanders because the Cardinals are terrible. McLaurin, I think McLaurin's a start. I mean, obviously you drafted him to start him, right? You drafted him like the 5th round, maybe 6th round. He's probably like a flex, but last week he did great. He had, let me get the stats here, but McLaurin had 6 targets, 4 receptions, 100 yards, and a touchdown. So Jaden Daniels, we mentioned on the recap episode, he's getting more accurate with his throws. Is McLaurin a wide receiver 2, or is he a flex, or wide receiver 1 this week?
Flex.
In this matchup, like low wide receiver 2.
Okay. So wide receiver 2, flex range. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You can probably start Zach Ertz because tight ends suck this year.
Yeah.
Not start Zach Ertz unless you're predicting some type of revenge game.
That's literally so that I have Zach Ertz literally having his revenge game versus the Cardinals. I think Zach Ertz.
So hear me out, right? Hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
Arizona, they haven't given up a lot to tight ends, right? So they played Detroit, right? Laporta, and they also shut down Kincaid in week 1. So, I mean, tight ends have not been doing well against Arizona. I don't know what it is, but that's just what the numbers be showing.
So MFB spitting facts. I'm just going through the gut. You know what I'm saying? I think Zach Ertz gets his revenge. That man.
If you don't have if you don't have a better option, you can play Zach Ertz.
Yes, sir.
But boomer bust, because I mean, you said the same thing about Gabe Davis against the Bills, and he did absolutely nothing against the Bills. Revenge game. Well, because he played for them, so they're like, okay, we know exactly how you play. We know exactly what you're gonna do. We know how to lock you. Like they're gonna lock him down. That was kind of where I was leaning last week. I don't know if they do the same thing with Zach Ertz, but yeah, that was he did absolutely nothing.
Yeah, just remember, guys, take this with a grain of salt, just because. I don't know, revenge game. Let's have some fun with it, So, and the tight ends are horrible this year, so let's try it out.
Yeah, if you have him and you don't have a better option, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Marvin Harrison was limited in practice today, Wednesday. It's a quad injury, quad issue. Limited practice, so not held out of practice. So that's better than being held out of practice, but. If he plays, obviously you play him. You play any receiver against Washington to the point that I think you can flex Michael Wilson if you don't have a better option. I think he'll be flexible this week just because.
Key, bro. Commanders have given up the most points to both QBs and receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you start Marvin Harrison. I think you can take a shot at Michael Wilson. Trey McBride is currently going through concussion protocol, did not participate in Wednesday's practice. If he doesn't practice this week, or if he doesn't play this week, I think Michael Wilson's definitely a play this week. Higher end flex play. Obviously you start James Conner. I didn't talk about Brian Robinson, but obviously you start Brian Robinson. Is it obvious start for Brian Robinson?
Yeah, Eckler's confirmed out, so
it's an obvious start with Brian Robinson. I didn't see Eckler's status being out. Okay, yeah, Brian Robinson, start him this week if you have him, especially with Eckler out. That's it for that matchup. I think. Did I miss anyone? No, but Brian Robinson is going to run all over your Cardinals, brother. Just letting you know.
Yeah. All right, bro. Relax. Let's relax, man. The rest of the team's not doing. Anyways, Chiefs Chargers. The Chiefs. So I'm going to take a segue, just a small. I know everyone's talking about these episodes get a little bit long. I just want to talk about the Chiefs and last week's game against the Falcons and the PI call they didn't call on Pitts in the end zone. What do you guys think of that?
I was annoyed, man. I was hot. It's Chiefs and the refs versus the freaking world,
dude. So in my head, just looking at this and just coming up with my own theories. Do you remember how? I don't want to take too much time, but you know how they talked about back in the day when Jordan in the NBA was up and coming, this big star, and it was good for the NBA for Jordan to do well. And so I think refs came out now and said, hey, by the way, back in the day, they told us don't make these calls against Jordan because it's good for the sport that Jordan performs well and Jordan performs good. Do you guys think something similar is happening with the Chiefs? It's good for the sport. They're getting viewers. Everyone wants to see the Chiefs do well. They got Taylor Swift fans are watching the game because she's at the game. Every single Chiefs game, they pan the camera to her. Oh my God, look, she's celebrating. I swear. Every time the Chiefs game is on, they pan the camera to her. Like, bro, we don't care. Nobody cares. Anyone that watches football does not care about that. So why do you guys keep doing that? So I don't know. I think that for a publicity thing, the Chiefs doing well is good for publicity for the NFL. And so I think something with the refs could be happening there. That's my take. I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah, brother. I don't know. I feel like the refs are somehow always helping the Chiefs. I think I said the stat last week, but the Chiefs have the most game-winning drives when there's a penalty, and they've scored. I think they've won 18 games because of that one crazy penalty has helped them. Even though if that penalty wasn't there was a good chance of them losing that game. So I mean, I believe it.
Yeah, you believe my crazy conspiracy theory?
Yeah, low key, man.
All right, so we're both crazy. MFB is silent. He's not. No comment.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't care for Swift or refs or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
No, none of us do. But we're just.
If I could start a ref as a tight end, I would.
It's the way that they're looking this year.
Just real quick on Travis Kelce. Yes, Travis Kelce.
Yeah,
I have Travis Kelce. I'm playing MFB this week. Just a little heads up, guys, real quick. I have Travis Kelce going crazy. His past six games that he's played against the Chargers, he's gone crazy. Last year, 12 catches, 179 yards, a tutty. The year before, 6 catches, 3 tutties, and then 115 yards, 179, 191, 104. Kelce's the guy.
If you have Kelce, you're just playing him. You can't sit.
Be
Kelce
excited.
If you have him.
Be excited. You're playing Kelce.
Do not be excited about Kelce. Be hopeful. You could be hopeful, but excited.
I do like those stats. I think stats matter. He does do work on the Chargers. It is a divisional game. Right. They do have to get creative and lose a lot of their pieces. I'm not too confident of a bounce back with Kelce. And I think I came to the realization that why is Kelce falling off the way he is? And it's mainly due to the resurgence of Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice is solidified himself as the wide receiver 1, commanding the targets, the first reads, and all the looks in the offense. And we saw that at the end of last season, and we're seeing it at the beginning of this season. So it only makes sense that this is like the key factor why. I came to that realization like low key yesterday, and I'm like, shit, well, that makes hella sense. Maybe this homie Kelsey's like not really gonna pop off like the old Kelsey. He'll have some games. This week could be one of them, right? But even I think in a press conference with Mahomes today, it's like he has to get the one-on-one looks, and that's when the ball will go to him. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kelsey not doing nothing this week.
Kelsey's going off this week.
I'm
have
playing
him.
against him in one of my leagues, so
Everyone's
Yeah,
lowballing me for him.
it-
I'm keeping him.
yeah. And if he doesn't perform this week, you might have to accept one of those offers. In terms of the Chiefs, you start Rashee Rice, you start Patrick Mahomes. Obviously, Kelsey, you have no choice. If you drafted him, you're starting him. I thought last week was going to be his bounce back weeks, but it wasn't. So statistically speaking, his bounce back week is more likely to be this week. Since he didn't bounce back last week. So yeah, this could be the week. You don't start any running backs from the Chiefs, in my opinion. I think in all of our opinions.
Yep.
Do you take a shot on Steele?
Yeah, I mean, Steele if you really need like a desperation flex. I think Kareem Hunt comes online later.
Yeah.
That's right. They did. Andy Reid, I think, made a comment. He will work him in.
From the numbers of the last 3 games, the Chargers haven't really given a lot of points to any particular position. But looking at the schedule, they played Steelers, Panthers, and Raiders. So they haven't played too many top talent. So Chiefs will be a real test. And the Chiefs could easily pop off on the Chargers.
Right. What do you Xavier Worthy? He had a good game week 1 and then just nothing since. He's been kind of quiet. Do you flex him? Do you sit him, wait for him to do something different? What do you do with Worthy?
Desperation flex. Not a great confident flex, but
Okay.
if somebody's flexing him, I could see it makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Like I mentioned earlier, guys, the rankings will be in the Discord. Go check out the rankings for week 4 and you can make a better decision based off those rankings on where we rank these players. Chargers side, J.K. Dobbins, that's pretty much it. Quentin Johnston's a desperation play, but please watch out for Justin Herbert's status. We're recording this on a Wednesday. His status until Sunday could change. According to the report, his ankle feels better than it did last week at this time last week. So he's saying he's feeling better than he did last week, but I don't know why you risk it when you have a week 5 bye. So I think that they just sit him this week. Or I hope they sit him this week.
Yeah. Which guy?
Take the L nicely versus KC for sure.
Hey man, you got your dude. They're not winning games. They have what? They won. I mean, they're 2-1. The team is
They're doing all right.
Yeah.
I know, but your franchise quarterback is dealing with like a high ankle sprain last week, and then he left last game.
Taylor Heineke, he could put in some work.
He could.
We might end up seeing him, but we'll see.
But I was just gonna say this might be a small hot take, but not a fan of J.K. Dobbins this week. I think the Chiefs stop that run game. Yeah, because that obviously that passing game, I don't think that passing game is going to do anything. So they're going to be more heavy on the run because they know what Dobbins is capable of. I think Dobbins gets shut down this week.
I think Dobbins has a good enough floor that you could flex him, but yeah, try to look for other options.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on. Browns versus Raiders. On the Browns side, you got Amari Cooper finally did something last week. So if you have him, hooray. If you traded for him, hooray.
Dude.
If you traded him away, haha.
I was trying to trade for him last week, man. Trying, but none budge.
I don't know if you remember the stat last year, but he only seems to perform, or he only seemed to, like last year, perform in home games. So he wasn't doing much in the away games, only in home games. So
yeah, I do remember seeing that, but I think there's kind of a mixture of things because he didn't have Watson that whole season, and even this
Okay.
season, their first game was at home, and he didn't do much. So
Right.
might have just
Yeah.
been a last season thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Vegas has been very nice to opposing RB wide receivers.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there could be a lot of eating from Browns players. Specifically, I think Jerome Ford's out, so I think it's Donta Foreman.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Jerome Ford is out of practice with the knee injury, so yeah, it's trending down away from playing. So yeah, Deontay Foreman could put up numbers. Dude, this might be a hot take, but I think the Raiders like bounce back this week. They got smacked by the Panthers last week. Absolutely smacked. And
So
I think
they
Myles
get fired
Garrett
up and just come back.
I do think the Raiders play well this week. That's my prediction. I don't know what you do with Zamir White versus Alexander Madison. I think you just sit Zamir White until he does something. I think you can play Madison flex. Devontae Adams will be good. You can possibly flex Jacoby Myers.
Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers is auto play every week. He's probably one of the better tight ends this year. What do you do with Trey Tucker? Popped off last week. 9 targets, 7 receptions, 96 yards, and a touchdown.
Wait, who?
He got, I think most of his points were garbage time points, but he got in the first quarter, he had a 54-yard catch in the first quarter. So they were trying to get in the ball. But
I don't know. I'm not putting my faith into Trey Tucker, brother. There's no way.
Yeah.
2 weeks
I
in.
feel that. Also, Cleveland's good at pressuring QBs, bro.
So Myles Garrett is dealing with an injury. I don't think he practiced today.
That's huge. It's
Look
different.
into it.
So it's definitely something to
BBTB,
look for.
can you pull up that Myles Garrett's status? I think I looked it up earlier. I don't think he practiced today or he was limited or something, but I don't think he's playing. He may not play this week. If he doesn't play, I think Raiders really bounce back. And I think that they might not shut down like Amari Cooper, but I think they'd limit him for sure.
It's an injury with his foot. They did an MRI on his foot, but no results came back. That's pretty much it.
Negative or no results?
I don't see anything. It just says that he did an MRI on his foot, and I think it came back negative. With a
right.
I've seen nothing.
If Myles Garrett doesn't play, I think the Raiders do obviously better. But I think, like I said, it's a bounce back week for the Raiders. Do you guys? I know we're bouncing back and forth here, but on the Browns side, do you play Judy or no?
You could flex him, maybe.
Low-key flex, yeah, possibly.
Flex him.
Flex, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think
I still don't trust Watson that much.
Hot take. I think Judy outperforms Amari Cooper this week.
Oof, that's a crazy take, brother. That's a crazy take.
You're not. If you have both, you're. Let's hope you don't have both. But if you do, obviously you don't like start Judy and sit Amari Cooper. But I think Judy outperforms Cooper this week.
Yeah. Crazy prediction.
I'm trying to be like BBTB here and make some crazy predictions. Let's move on. Sunday Night Football, Bills Ravens.
That's gonna be a good game, man. That's gonna be a good game.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah,
be good for sure.
I'm hoping so, man. It should be. On the Bills side, obviously Josh Allen. Obviously, you start Kincaid, the tight end. And obviously start James Cook. I like Khalil Shakir, wide receiver there. I think he's kind of been playing. He's been playing well. Interesting stat: he has not dropped a pass. So
Bro,
100% catch rate.
You're literally jinxing
100%.
him, dude. You jinxed him. He's dropping 1 this game.
I'll take -1. That's fine. But he had 3 targets game 1, 5 targets, and 6 targets game 3. He has caught every single target that's gone his way. And I think that probably Josh Allen probably notices and it's like, hey, every time I throw this guy the ball, he catches it. So I think he's going to keep keep working up. He's going to be a solid play. Against the Ravens, I put him in the low wide receiver 2, kind of high end flex play.
Yeah.
And then that's it for the Bills. Do you guys take a shot on Keon Coleman or?
Nah. I'm not taking a shot on Keon.
Okay.
Probably not a great shot, no. But Baltimore has definitely given some points to receivers. So Khalil Shakir, Kincaid will do pretty well. James Cook, it might be less of a James Cook show this game.
Okay.
But we'll see. I mean, James Cook is still very solid floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's always gonna. I think you can always play James Cook.
On the other side of things, Buffalo defense is incredibly good and balling out. So I mean, I don't even know if we want to begin with Mark Andrews, but Zay Flowers, right? He might even be like flex range of points this week.
Mm-hmm.
Derrick Henry will do Derrick Henry things. They get to the goal line, work him in. You know. But Lamar might struggle a bit.
I think he. I think he gets out and does a lot more running. Like he's just not going to be able to throw the ball much. I think everyone kind of gets locked up. Mark Andrews, man, he's just last week. What donut last week?
But that man is not a tight end. That is a left tackle, brother. That man blocks. Man.
Yeah, he's you got to keep it up too.
But they're honestly crazy. But I might start Taysom Hill over that homie.
Taysom Hill's, he's practicing. I don't even think he's fully healthy.
Like, bro, Mark Andrews is so disappointing, man. It's just disappointing, dude.
But
we'll see.
I don't know about that take. Yeah,
not a serious take, by the way. But I don't know. Mark Andrews owners, I'm so sorry
if
for you guys.
If you have Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely, who do you start? Because people picked them up off the waivers. Who do you start?
Dude, like I'd get like
neither. Go pick up Zach Ertz off the waivers.
But think about it like this. If they both don't produce and you started Likely, you can't trip. But if they both don't produce and you start Mark Andrews again, you're going to be so mad. So I would just rather start Likely just for that reason. So.
Yeah, but if you start Likely and then Mark Andrews has a game, you're going to kill yourself. Like, actually, you might off yourself.
100%.
You're gonna
clue on that one.
Yeah, so hopefully you don't have that situation. Hopefully you have a better tight end. Hopefully, listen, that he didn't draft Mark Andrews. We said to avoid him. Think that's it for that matchup. Is there anything else we're missing?
No.
Cool. Let's move on to one of the Monday Night Football games, Titans-Dolphins. Boof versus Boof.
Yeah.
Just both not good offenses right now. Do you guys like...
Not the best.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. We expect the Dolphins to be a lot better, but, with Tua just getting, smashed into the ground.
And now they're starting Tyler Huntley or whatever the hell his name is.
Their third string, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they literally signed him a week ago, so that's how bad Skylar Thompson was. Yeah, like a week and a half ago.
Yeah, their backups, Skylar Thompson and Tim Boyle, are very bad.
Yeah.
We'll see what Tyler Huntley could do, man. If you're a Waddle or even a Tyreek owner, you're like, man, this sucks, right?
100%.
And it sucks because Tennessee passing D hasn't given much to receivers, bro. They've been kind of locking down. Their defense is decent. I think a chain will be okay.
Okay.
So there's that.
Yeah, one bright spot on that team. I think Raheem Mostert practiced this week.
Raheem might be back.
I didn't actually.
Yeah, but they're gonna work him in easily. He's not gonna get that load again.
I don't think actually Raheem. I don't think they did a practice today because they're playing Monday night.
Okay.
So they might practice tomorrow. So, but just be on the lookout for Mostert. Do you start Mostert if he's back? Do you flex him? What do you do?
Don't start no Mostert. Yeah, okay. I'm just hoping I was about to say, I'm just hoping because the game starts at 4:30. Seahawks line starts at 5:20. I'm hoping that those 50 minutes go by as soon as possible, so I can just flip over to the next channel. Man, I'm not watching that game.
Yeah, man, that game's gonna be. I don't. They probably thought. I don't know what they were thinking when they made the schedule for this Monday Night Football game. I guess they thought the Dolphins would be like firing on all cylinders, but yeah, man, this looks like a game to avoid.
This might be just slightly off topic, but I think the reason why they did that is because Titans had that big upset week 16 or 17, beating the Dolphins. It was like Dolphins were like -9.5 or some crazy line, and Titans came back and won. So I think that's probably what they put. But yeah, it's a little slow off topic, but yeah, I think that's the reason why.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, do you start? I mean, we talked about the Dolphins. You have to start Waddle and Tyreek. You can't really sit them unless you have better options. I doubt it. So man, I think you can sit Waddle, honestly, if you have a better up. Jalen Waddle or Khalil Shakir?
Shakir.
There you go. How about on the other side? Jalen Waddle or let's say DeAndre Hopkins, D-Hop.
D-Hop.
Probably D-Hop.
Yeah, the QB situation there is just terrible. So hopefully you have a pivot option from Waddle.
It's terrible, and like their plan is they need to give Reek the ball more. They need to give Reek at least the ball 10 times a game if they want a shot at winning. So that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Honestly, just tell him to just run, just Hail Mary every time and throw it at him, and he'll just beat the defender. Run, like honestly, just with speed, and just let that be the game plan. That'd be a fun game to watch. Just Hail Marys on both sides, just back and forth.
For fantasy owners, hell yeah.
Just for if you're watching the game, just it'll either be a long bomb catch or interception or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
On the Titans side, do you start Pollard against the Dolphins?
No,
I think so for sure.
Nah.
Split decision here. I don't think you start anyone. I mean, you can flex. You can. I think everyone on the Titans is flexible.
I mean, Zach Charbonnet was murking last week.
Yeah,
He's
but
not even like an amazing talent.
But that Seattle offense is crazy. I've been saying since the beginning of the before even the season started, get a Seattle player. Brother, Seattle's offense is legit. So I don't know.
But I would say Tony Pollard's a better player than Zach Sharp.
I don't know, man. Zach Sharp, he's improved a lot, man. He looks very elite.
He's cool.
Question marks there. I see these guys.
I'm saying he looks elite, though. You know what I'm saying? Like him or Braylon Allen. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, Braylon.
I would. Damn, dude. I don't know.
Damn. I'm going to say.
Is it Charbonnet or
Charbonnet?
Not?
Yeah.
Is Kenneth Walker back?
No. We're just saying like
should be back, but I'm just saying
like comparison between those two.
American Miami.
I thought you meant like just as an RB.
Yeah, it's like that RB2 versus the other RB2.
Braylon Allen.
Nah, Zach Sharp.
Okay. I mean, yeah, whatever. I'm not talking about them.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think these guys are all flexible. Ridley, kind of boomer bust. Same with, DeAndre Hopkins last week. He had a solid game.
I feel like Ridley D-Hop is just going to be trading every week in, week out who eats that week.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I think this game is going to be just low scoring. I think you can start both defenses. Will Levis, like I said, or like we mentioned before, 360 no scope to give the other team the ball. Like, turn around and flip. I think I somehow can, figure out how to somersault and fling the ball into the other team's hands. It's crazy. Hopefully, if you have those defenses, each of them get the touchdowns, and then you can be happy with that fantasy wise. No. But let's move on. Anything else there?
No.
That's
right. The other Monday Night Football game, the one that's actually gonna be fun to watch. Hopefully, Seattle versus the Detroit Lions. Obviously, on the Seahawks side, in the receivers, DK you start. What do you do with Jackson Smith and Jigba and Lockett?
I think JSN's definitely a start.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe even Lockett if you want. Detroit has given up so many points to receivers.
Mm-hmm.
So
They didn't do
I
that
think- I
last week
think they're
against the Cardinals, man. What the hell?
Well, I mean, Marvin Harrison still did cool.
He did, yeah, but
Yeah.
So, but with that being said, right, like Detroit's just hard to run on.
Okay.
The only way to beat them is you're gonna pass on them,
yeah.
right?
That's true.
So they're incredibly hard to run on. So with that being said, right, like Walker, Sharp, whoever gets to start this week, it's gonna be a tough to confidently roll them out. But as
Yeah.
far as like DK, JSN, I think they'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Lockett, can you flex him? Low end
No.
flex?
I'm not
Honestly, it
flexing
just
them.
depends who you're thinking about. Like
Nah. Not me. I'm chilling.
Lockett or Waddle?
I'll go Waddle.
I'll put
Waddle
probably do
over-
Waddle too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I'll take Lockett. Just to go against you guys.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, so Zach Charbonnet, I mean, Detroit doesn't give a lot of points up to the run. So Zach Charbonnet, do you flex him? Do you try to pivot away from him? What do you do?
If Walker doesn't play, I think Charbonnet's a flex. Like,
If Walker plays, do you play either of those guys?
oof,
Well,
that's a tough one.
'cause
What do you mean?
it's Wednesday. They haven't practiced yet. They practice tomorrow. So you'll have to
if
monitor the
Walker
steps.
plays,
Yes.
what's the question?
The
Do
question,
do you start either of them if Kenneth Walker's playing? Because I doubt they'll just give Kenneth Walker the full workload.
Either of who?
The
Walker or
running backs.
Charbonnet?
Kenneth Walker.
Oh no,
Like
you're
what?
benching Charbonnet. Seattle gives all their carries to one guy. Like
Okay.
80% of the carries go to one guy. That's how their offenses ran. So if Walker's there, you're gonna bench Sharp.
But things with
Okay.
Charbonnet's a solidified third down back. When Walker was playing that game one, Charbonnet was eating.
I mean,
Even
still
on the
even
passing
sometimes-
downs.
but on the third downs where they passed the ball, right? Like
Yeah.
he wasn't really like getting Zach Sharp didn't start getting the ball until Walker got hurt. That's kind of my point here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's
I
fair.
mean, well, he was
That's fair.
getting third down.
Yeah, because like on
Favorite.
the first game he played, he scored on a third down play by a receiving tutty. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So yeah.
Uh,
But I don't
Question
know.
marks
It's
there.
a tough one.
Yeah. if you if you want to know more, check the rankings. Like I said in the Discord, we'll update those hopefully before Sunday and before Monday night's games. If you have a better option for running back, I think you play them and not have to worry about the Monday night, because we may not know about Kenneth Walker until Monday, and they play Monday. So if you have an option to pivot, make sure you pivot from both those guys just in case, because it's a Monday night game. On the other side, the Lions, I think Laporta, just to talk about him, he's day to day with an ankle sprain. Do you try and find another tight end to start on the in the Sunday games, or do you just wait and see and pick up the backup tight end there in Detroit?
I'm a safe than sorry kind of guy, so I'd rather go pick up a tight end. He was carted off the field though, you know what I mean? So that's like that looks really bad.
He was carted off, but he came back same game.
Oh, wow, yeah. Then that's
Played
weird.
A couple more snaps. Yeah, it was very weird. I was like, dude, you got
I don't
carted
know.
off and you're back on the field?
Yeah, I mean, Seattle has a great defense. I don't know. I'd probably start like Tyler Conklin or something. Pretty much it. Like I can't think of anyone else.
I think I'd roll with Laporta. Hopefully,
I
He's
roll
playing.
with Laporta in the backup. If you
or
can't
their
get
backup. Yeah. Because the thing with Seattle, their defense has been like crazy good, right? Top pressure
Mhm.
rate. But their schedule's been dumb easy, right?
Mhm.
Played against Miami, Pats, and Denver. This is their first test to an amazing offense.
yeah,
Right. Mhm.
Miami was last
So
week with
they're
no
they're
Tua,
really
so-
like gonna be battle tested
Mhm.
this week for sure.
yeah.
I mean, Detroit backs are gonna eat. Detroit receivers probably still gonna eat. So
Have you guys-
maybe
have you
Laporta
guys
bounces
watched-
back. He's kind of the same boat as Kelsey, bro. When do they bounce back?
Yeah.
Have
I
you
feel
guys? I mean, if in my opinion, if you have Laporta, go pick up the backup, or if you don't have an option that you're going to play, pick up the backup now because whoever you're playing against may go and block you. If they're playing against you Monday night, Sam Laporta is ruled out Sunday afternoon or whenever, and you have to go pick up the backup. Your opponent might just go and grab the backup tight end, and then you're stuck without a tight end for Monday Night Football, and that could be the deciding factor for your week. So if you have Laporta, I say you get the backup, stash him just in case.
Mhm.
Unless you have a pivot option for someone else, then just start them. Jameer Gibbs, Dave Montgomery have been just. Have you guys been watching the Lions games?
Yeah. I
What-
watched the Bucks Lions.
little
I
bit,
watched.
yeah.
Have you guys noticed how they play Jameer Gibbs and Dave Montgomery?
How
It's
they
on
play
different
him?
drives. Yes.
Yeah.
On
Oh,
different
yeah.
drives.
100%,
They're like
yeah.
one drive is all Montgomery. The next drive is all Gibbs. The next drive is all Montgomery. It's
I think that method is good, bro.
I like that a
dig
lot.
method.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
it gives them time to rest and to like the other one to recover and things like that.
Yeah.
It's I mean
And then it gives
It-
time for the other guy to get
you-
warm.
y-
You know?
yeah, but the thing is like you just have to hope that if you have Gibbs or Montgomery, like you gotta hope that they score on your drive. Like you're like, bro, please.
Yeah.
Because if they score, if Amon-Ra catches a pass touchdown on that drive and Jameer Gibbs is in, tough. Next drive is going to be Montgomery. So
Yeah.
that gives him a chance to get a touchdown. So if you have both those guys or either of those guys, I mean, yeah, good luck because they might just score a rush touchdown
Mhm.
on the drive that the other running back is on the field. So it's very 50-50 with those guys, but they're producing both of them. I mean, they're playing great. They're doing a lot of running in Detroit. Like they're using both those guys a lot. They both look really good.
Yeah. Just a really quick question to ask you guys. How do you guys feel about Jameson Williams? Because I have him in one of my leagues and I don't know what to do with him because he's very inconsistent. What do you guys
So-
think of him this game?
Low end. I think you can flex him. I don't want to say low end. I
You think
can flex
so?
him.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. What about you, MF? But
Mofo, you playing against me, bro. I ain't giving you no free advice out here.
yeah, bro, I tried.
Check the
I tried.
rankings. Everyone else in the podcast just listening, check the rankings for Jameson Williams and make your own determination. Remember, you guys,
Oh, I'm checking the
Seattle
rankings, brother.
Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks are giving up, according to the stats, the least fantasy points to wide receivers.
Yeah.
Going
I
back
mentioned
and
that.
looking at
I
it,
said their schedule's easy.
yeah, it was the Denver Broncos, aka nobody, Patriots, aka nobody, and then Miami with the worst quarterback in the league. So
Yeah.
I think you can flex Jameson Williams.
Oh.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see next week what happens with that.
Mhm.
But that about does it. What do you do with Jared Goff? You just bench him. Don't pick him up. Don't touch him.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch
He
him
has
yet.
not looked good, bro.
Yeah. They've been doing a lot of running. I don't know if you guys have watched. They're doing a lot of running, man. Like just Monty
They
and
have
Jahmyr Gibbs.
probably the best RB duo.
Dude, they both
in the league.
those guys
So
look
why not?
great. And then, yeah. So it's not looking good for Jared Goff in terms of like if you're gonna play it. Dude, someone offered me today Jared Goff and Young Hoku for Jalen Hurts and Brandon Aubrey.
That was Hushu.
I was like, what the I saw that offer.
It sounds like him.
criminal. What kind of a terrible offer? Anyways,
If you got
yeah,
that,
Jared
yeah. Never mind.
this is not put him on the he belongs on the waivers.
Yeah.
That does it for this episode. Did I miss anything? You guys want to touch on anything? BBTV, did you make any more mistakes?
No
Yannick
mistakes was
never-
made. No mistakes were made.
If you listen to the last episode, there was a mistake made.
Whoa, easy there.
That does it for this episode. Hope you guys win your weeks. Take the information, do what you want with it, use it to the best of your abilities, and join the Discord. Ask questions. Ask us who you start, who over who. Look at the rankings if you don't want to ask us. And then, yeah, hopefully you guys win your weeks. We'll see you guys next week on the recap for the games. And yeah, peace.
Peace.